Lining up. Off and racing in the opener. The runners making their way towards the first. In this, the Jackson Butcher Shop and Bakery maiden race for 4-year-old mares, where they've all cleared the first. Titch McGee is the early back marker, a little behind the remainder. But the one that goes on is Annabelle Magic, who leads them on through the gap and towards fence number 2. With for company Northfield, Minnesota, who's right up there too. Our friend Mo on Cloud 9 with Northern Reel coming through on the outside. Glencourt is next, and then Caught a Vibe. And then towards the centre is Bayonetta with Carrick Kate down the inside. Our Pink Lady is just outside, and they're being followed further back in the field by Annie Express. And Titch McGee is just a little detached as they go through the gap now and on towards fence number 3. So about to rise to it now. Annabelle Magic is going to lead them over from On Cloud 9. Mistake Glencourt there, but they're all safely over. As they race to the turn now, it's going to bring them left-handed on round towards the straight, where they'll find fences 4 and 5. And it is Annabelle Magic who leads them into the turn, being chased in second spot by Our Friend Mo on the inside of Northfield, Minnesota. And just in behind them is On Cloud 9 with Northern Reel, and further back behind these is Glencourt and Bayonetta with Caught a Vibe and Annie Express. Carrick Kate's on the inside. Just outside Carrick Kate is Our Pink Lady, and Titch McGee brings up the rear. Racing now on their way towards fence number 4. And over in front as they take it is Annabelle Magic with on the outside Northfield, Minnesota. Just behind them is Our Friend Mo, and they're being chased towards the inside by On Cloud 9 with the white face of Northern Reel towards the outside. Then comes Glencourt, Bayonetta and Caught a Vibe. This group are being followed by Annie Express in company with Our Pink Lady, and Carrick Kate is just behind them. Break of 5 to Titch McGee. Racing now to go on through the gap, and now they'll make their way on towards fence number 5. And out front, taking them along, it is still Annabelle Magic from Northfield, Minnesota in second. And they're the leading pair. Behind them is Our Friend Mo with On Cloud 9, who's close to the pace. Northern Reel right up on the outside. Our Pink Lady wasn't foot perfect there, as they now race towards the bend that's going to bring them on towards their departure point. So up front as they take the bend, which brings them right round before they head off on their second circuit. And it is Annabelle Magic from Northfield, Minnesota racing in second. In third is Our Friend Mo, then Northern Reel Glencourt. Behind Glencourt on the inside is On Cloud 9 with Bayonetta. Then comes Caught a Vibe with Annie Express and Carrick Kate, Our Pink Lady and Titch McGee. So continuing on now, right over the far side, off on their second circuit, shortly racing on towards fence number 7. And up front, Northfield, Minnesota is right up there with for company on the outside, Annabelle Magic, who still has the advantage. Annabelle Magic, Northfield, Minnesota gets close but not quite on terms, might do in jumping here. So over in front, Annabelle Magic from Northfield, Minnesota, length or 2 between them. Northern Reel is third. Our Friend Mo, Glencourt, and then Bayonetta. Then towards this one's inside is On Cloud 9. Annie Express is in that group. Couple of lengths to Caught a Vibe, with on this one's outside Carrick Kate, Our Pink Lady, and Titch McGee. Racing on now towards the final fence along this section of the track, and now they'll turn to make their way towards the next, which will be 6 from the finish when they get to it. Very little change in the order since flagfall. Annabelle Magic leads them into the turn from Northfield in Minnesota racing in second. And third is Glencourt going up on the outside of Our Friend Mo. Bayonetta is getting into contention. Annie Express is making ground. On Cloud 9 has lost a position. We lost one over the far side. We have a riderless horse. Try and pick that one up for you. It could have been Northern Reel was the one that went there with 7 fences left to be jumped. Northern Reel was the faller. The rest seem to have come away from it safely. So coming now towards 6 from home, Annabelle Magic is over from on the outside Northfield, Minnesota. Then Our Friend Mo, Glencourt and Bayonetta with Caught a Vibe trying to pick up. And then towards the inside is On Cloud 9. Annie Express is right there behind the leaders. Our Pink Lady is next with Carrick Kate and 3 lengths back to the back marker. Getting a little closer now is Titch McGee. So continuing now over the far side, on their way towards the next, and it's Annabelle Magic from Northfield, Minnesota racing in second. Right behind them in third is Our Friend No with Bayonetta right there for company as they make their way now on towards the one that'll take them into the turn. And up front, Annabelle Magic. Bayonetta hit that one pretty hard, but it's Annabelle Magic from in second spot, Northfield, Minnesota. Our friend Mo is third, and then Annie Express, Bayonetta, and On Cloud 9. Court of Vibe is trying to move into a position towards the inside. Carrick Kate and Glen Court, couple of lengths to Our Pink Lady, Titch McGee back marker. So now they turn to make their way along the back straight where they've forded jump. Annabelle Magic still leads from Northfield, Minnesota. Our friend Mo, Bayonetta on Cloud 9. Court of Vibe on the outside of Annie Express, then Carrick Kate. Just behind them is On Pink Lady and Titch McGee, and Glen Court has shuffled back towards the back of the field as they clear this one now and make their way on through the gap to go towards the middle one along the back straight. They've just got the 3 fences left to be jumped now, and out front there's plenty to choose from. It's Annabelle Magic. Annabelle Magic is going to lead them over, but now Northfield, Minnesota comes to join. On Cloud 9 was next. Bad Mistake, Our Pink Lady. Annabelle Magic leads Northfield, Minnesota, and then On Cloud 9 Bayonetta, and our friend Mo is in the leading group. Court of Vibe is shuffled back a spot, then Annie Express, then Our Pink Lady and Carrick Kate. Glen Court and Titch McGee the back pair, racing now towards the second last fence, and as they go to it, it's still Annabelle Magic, and she hit it pretty hard, seems to have survived as they race into the bend now. That'll take them round towards home, and it's Annabelle Magic who's shuffled back now from that mistake. So Northfield, Minnesota has taken over the lead by a couple to On Cloud 9 on the outside. Annabelle Magic is trying to come back on the inner, then our friend Mo who's boxing away. Bayonetta, Annie Express are next, and then Our Pink Lady away from Carrick Kate, and then behind these, but trailing behind them, is Court of Vibe. Straightening up now. They've got just 1 fence left to jump, and it is Northfield, Minnesota who's going to lead them towards the final one. Coming to it now, Northfield, Minnesota, but Annabelle Magic and On Cloud 9 was a faller at the last one, back and third, but Annabelle Magic, to her credit, has battled right back now for a share of the lead. Northfield, Minnesota has to pick up again, and it's Annabelle Magic who put herself out of it at the second last, and she's come right back, and she goes away to win smartly. Smartmare wins the opener. Annabelle Magic gets back to win. Northfield, Minnesota second. Third is our friend Mo. Fourth, Carrick Kate. And they're about 8 to 10 in front of Our Pink Lady, who's a good distance clear from Annie Express, who is the only other finisher. Court of Vibe pulled up at the last. On Cloud 9 was sitting at about third when coming down at the last. Bayonetta pulled up before the last as well.